Good morning and happy Sunday here from Southern Utah. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, especially my mom. Love you, Mom. And my beautiful wife. Happy Mother's Day. I woke up early today. We've been talking about doing a garden and chickens and all that stuff ever since we wanted to do this, and it's on the list of what my wife really wants. I started clearing a pad for the big garden, which is gonna have the greenhouse and all that stuff. Here, check it out. Here it is. I figured we have access, road access. We can drive in the tractor in the middle of it. We're gonna fence this big rectangle. Since I did that for the last 2 hours, now I'm gonna move on to wiring. I'm gonna start by pulling wires from the solar array to the solar shed. Then I can start wiring everything up inside there. That's like the only exterior wiring I need to do. Workshop, getting the wiring. It's all sitting down right here in these boxes. So a lot of people's been asking about how we're gonna wire. They're super interested about the solar. So I'm gonna try to be as detailed as possible, but also I'm learning as well. So I'm not an expert, so I might be doing something wrong. I'm gonna try to figure it out as I go. But I do have a schematic that Alt-E created for me for my system specifically. This is my schematic. It's kind of been through the ringer a little bit, but it goes from the array to the isolator to the combiner box, and this is all going to be at the array. All these, obviously the solar panels are there. These two things are at the array, and then I'm going to run wires all the way into the shed where the charge controller is, and then the wire, it shows all the how to wire up the inverter, the batteries, the generator starter, the monitor, the gateway, everything, what size wires, everything. So that's what I'm gonna be using, and hopefully it works out great and I have no issues. So the first thing we're gonna start with is running wires from the solar array. It's gonna be two number 8 AWG-THWN-2 wires. It's about 100 feet. And I have about 200 of each, so I'm about to run that right now. To run the wires, I have 5/8" pull tape, and it's 300 feet. I only have to go about 100 feet, 110 feet maybe, so I have plenty. But it's meant for pulling wires, so it's a thing I got off Amazon, I think. If I remember correctly, I did. But anyway, so I'm gonna run this through the conduit, and then I'm gonna electrical tape the wires to this, and then I might use the tractor and just hook this on to the tractor and just pull it through the entire length. All right, we're back in the solar shed. If you remember, back a few videos ago, we did trenched our conduit lines all the way to the solar array, and then they came out and stubbed out right there. There is a line right here, a very short piece of twine or whatever. I didn't have this pull tape at the time. I'm gonna attach this pull tape to that line and then pull the pull tape all the way through. And then once it's all the way through, I'm gonna pull it from inside the solar shed out, because it's gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to pull that with my hand, I don't believe, from that. So I feel like if I just use the tractor outside and just pulled it, I have a better chance. So right now I'm just gonna run this pull tape all the way through and then start pulling. And if you wanna see the videos of us trenching, look right here, click on this video and you can check those out. So I connected this twine to the pull tape. I tied it inside here and then wrapped it back a few times and then just wrapped it with electrical tape. So this is gonna go in here, and then I'm just gonna go to the solar shed and start pulling. All right, we're back under the solar array, and this is our conduit that goes all the way over to our solar shed. And right here we have this twine, same that was in there. And I think I had tied it off to like I think I had it on a tree or something at some point. But anyways, I'm just gonna start pulling it. Oh, it's super easy to go. So we have 100 feet right here. That roll of pull tape, I had a nail that was just like stuck out that I was hanging my jacket on, and I just put it on there so it would come off super easy. I didn't leave it on the ground just to make it easy for it to come out. So I feel like we're gonna be getting pretty close here. And this is 1-inch PVC electric conduit. I think I only need 3/4, go big or go, I don't want to be redoing things. There it is. Came all the way through. That's good. I can just leave this here, and then we can go back and attach the wires the same way with the electrical tape in this solar shed and then pull them out again. Looking at my schematic, I don't know if you can see that. I need 2 number 8 AWG THWN-2s, like I was saying, and then 1 AWH ground, so or 8W8 AWG, I can't say that. In 3/4 inch PVC, we did 1 inch, so we're above what we need. Right here, I have my positive. This is 200 feet, and then I have the negative, which I mean it doesn't really matter, it's just the color of wire. That's 200 feet, and then this is my ground. That is 200 feet as well, and these are all 8, I don't know if you can see it, it says right there, 8 AWG T8, where's the, well, it says it on here, THW, there it is, I don't know if you can see that, THWN-2 or TAHN, it meets both requirements. So I have to put all 3 of these, wrap them up, hook them onto the pull tape, and pull them all 3 at the same time. As well as, I'm gonna put another thing of tape, pull tape on there, and run it all the way through, so I have an extra line in there I can pull another line through if I ever need to. It's not tangled, right? Well, we just pulled all the wires through the conduit. Everything worked out great, except for our ground wire was like 15 feet too short. I ordered the same amount, so I don't know why they sent me a short one. I'm kind of irritated about that. But I do have another pull tape through there, so I will be able to pull the ground as soon as I get it here, so I won't be able to hook these up, but I can start wiring the inside now. All right, I'm over here under the solar array, just getting everything wired up, just finished. I'm about to button everything up and close everything. I'm gonna show you how I wired everything, just so if you have a similar system, you can kind of replicate this. It's kind of difficult. I had to do a lot of research and watch some YouTube videos to figure it out, but I think I got it figured out, so check it out. So I have 2 strings of panels. This is 1, that's 5, and this is another. And the positive and negative go together all the way until the very end. Sorry, the very end right there. And then the very end one right there. Those ones come together. Well, no, they come together. The MC4 cable comes up. See, it's routed right here. And then the other one's routed right here. And then it comes along here, goes down into the shutoff. And then over here into the combiner box. So you have 4 coming in, and then out of here is 2, well, 3, there's a ground as well. The other side is exactly the same, just connected positive, negative, and then you come over here, and this is just a shut off. So this is gonna go on top of here, shut off and on, just a quick shut off if I need to. And then this is the combiner box. There's no fuses in here right now since we're not plugged in all the way yet. On to the next thing. So it looks pretty good. I still have to backfill this and clean up all this stuff up. Oh, also, I did a ground from here, this row to this row, and then down into the shutoff, and then back out into the combiner box, and then also on this ground bar right here, it does go back into the solar shed. Well, now that the solar array is done, pretty much, I mean, we're not done with the solar yet. We still have to do the inside stuff, and I need to talk to tech support. I'm not an electrician, let's just be honest. Mother's Day, I cleared this out. It's like 45 by 68, like an area we're gonna put a garden, and I'm just cleaning out the rocks. We got big boulders. Anyway, with this whole shortage of eggs and meat's so expensive, everything's so expensive, it's just, so we're gonna do a 40 by 60 garden with a gate for the tractor to come in. We're gonna have a greenhouse. We're gonna have meat chickens. We're gonna have dairy chickens. We're gonna have raised beds. I went and picked up a bunch of lumber to do the post the other day. The chicken coop's on order. It's gonna be here on the 23rd. The meat chicken coop I'm building, I already have all the lumber for that. So we're just getting this thing set up. We can get this thing going, get some chickens here in the next month or something. Yeah, I'm excited to get this area kind of developed a little bit and get this garden going and maybe get some vegetables going for the year. I know it's kind of getting kind of late, but I think we can do a couple things at least just to kind of start getting a green thumb. You know, we're not that good at it, but we're gonna figure it out. Right now, I mean, as you can see, look at all these boulders. I just started, but I'm just kind of walking through and getting these, not the tiny ones, but the ones that are a little bit bigger, like that one right there. But yeah, and then in as far as the area it's gonna be at, I mean, there's our fuel tank, there's our trailer right there, there's our shop, there's our solar shed right there. Our house is gonna be right over here across this pile of trees. So kind of close. All right, I'm back, or I'm still in the solar shed, hooking up the solar. There's a lot of wiring and the instructions are not very good, at least not for me anyway. I'm a mechanic, not an electrician. So let me show you what I'm looking at right now. I'm just looking at wires upon wires, hooking up to all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'm almost done. I still have some stuff to do. Close. I haven't been recording the actual installation process just because I don't really know what I'm doing. I've been on YouTube, on owner's manuals, on the phone with Alt-E, with tech support, probably 5 times today. That guy's probably getting pretty tired of me calling. That's what they're there for. The schematic that I got it didn't really work. Some of it's wrong, and it doesn't explain that much in detail, so it just wasn't enough for me to do it. But just talking to tech support and like on him understanding it a lot and kind of knowing what's going on, he knows it was easier to get it done. And now I just have a few more things that I have to connect, and then I can start turning the breakers on the batteries and configuring the batteries and turning everything on. So that's exciting. I'm excited to get that going, but I'm gonna keep working. I'll show you guys when I'm done, hopefully in the next couple hours or by the end of the day. Hopefully, we'll see. Like, look at this. This is me writing notes down on my kid's coloring book while I'm on the phone, just how to do everything in order of operations. We are running wire from the trench into the solar for power in the workshop, and then also our RV connection, so we can power. You ready to go?
Yeah, you gotta take it slow.
Okay.
So you say? Yep, I am all safe. Is that a light?
Such a great job.
Is that a light? What light?
I love it. My parents are in town right now. My mom's hanging out with the kids. They just did Legos. My husband's out with my dad, and they're doing electrical. My dad used to be such a fabulous electrician back in the day. It's really cool to see him down in the trenches again, having a good time with my husband.
About 6 feet. We're good. I mean, this is so all the batteries, like from the array, they come in right here, and then they're loaded up right here into the PV connections. This goes into here. This is the PDP, it's called the power distribution panel. This is the inverter. This is what changes all the DC power from the sun into AC.
power, okay.
Yep. And then batteries.
That's where you store the
That's where we store
Power.
7.5 kilowatt hours per battery, so we can hold like 15,000 watts. And then that's connected to here, and then this breaker is for that. So then this is connected. These big old like 1/aught wires. They're going right here into the inverter.
And then how does it get from here to the breaker in the other room?
There.
Through here?
Those wires are already in there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put I have another panel that I just bought. I'm gonna put it right here, or right here, one of these. And then I'm gonna have a 60 amp breaker, and that's gonna be for the shop. So that 60 amp breaker is gonna run everything. So if I turn it off, nothing will work in there. But
And then how do you get it from there to your
The house?
The house.
eventually I have to trench another line and go in front of the shop all the way over to there.
So now, whether you're going to be downtown for a week, what does that do to your refrigerator and so forth?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get it up before this week. So, because it'll be dead. It'll only last like 2 days maybe.
Yeah.
But
Pretty impressive.
I wired all of this, like everything you see. It's insane. Like this is like the battery monitor, so it tells me what the battery level's at, like the percentage and all that stuff. This thing like runs everything on my phone. And then like
It's connected to your phone too?
yeah, so I can run it. But once it's like set up, then I can just turn it on and leave it on, and then you just have power forever, pretty much.
As long as the sun's creating some.
Well, I mean, even if it doesn't, like
The backup of that.
we have 15,000 watts of backup. I mean, even if you say the trailer uses like 500 or 800 watts a night, maybe we can go 2 weeks without any sun.
Perfect.
But even if it's overcast, we're still going to be generating some power,
Uh-huh.
a little bit, just not as much as like on a sunny day.
Right.
Yeah. Percentage of charge, and there's no sun to charge them, the generator will automatically kick on and charge the batteries up to 100%. Just it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and all.
So like your generator you have out here?
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's like other ones you can get that are like whole house generators that sit on like a slab of concrete or whatever, and it's like a 10,000 watt generator that runs on propane or diesel or whatever, and it just kicks on automatically. You just set it up on your app.
That's probably a good backup to have, especially if you're going to have that propane tank anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, the cord's already to the generator, so I'm just gonna put a hole in this wall, and I'm gonna set this thing right outside on that wall.
Ah.
So as soon as
that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna run wires out the side, come down, go out, and put this thing outside, and then break it. Done.
Well, that's good. I'll have to do a bunch of trenching again.
double check. Where's my chicken scratch in this coloring book?
Ricky's coloring. Daisy got some love.
Okay. Now one at a time, turn this on.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's talking to us.
There we go. Okay, now we're gonna turn this on. 2, 3 seconds. Boot up. Okay, we have no alarms. We are good. The breakers are on. That is on.
Oh my gosh, Daddy, did you set up solar?
No, not yet. I'm not even close, babe. All right, I need you to get on the computer now. All right, it's like 9 p.m. right now. It's dark outside, but I just got done turning everything on. Like the inverter's on, the charge controller's on, the battery monitor, both the batteries are on, and they have they come with a charge. Anyways, I'm super excited. The array is on outside. I went and put the fuses in, and then I turned it on. I have the app. I don't know if you see the web application going, showing all the stuff, even though there's no sun out, so it's not producing anything right now. But I'm just super excited. I can't wait to like plug something in and watch the power. Like I don't know. I know I didn't document a lot of this just because it was very stressful. Anyone that says putting in solar is easy
Is an electrician.
is an electrician or a solar tech or is lying, because it is not easy. It is not easy at all. So many terms and names that you have no idea what it is, and you're Googling and calling tech support. And anyway, it's 9:30? I don't even know. It's dark outside.
It's hot mess hour. It is so late, and it has just been a wonderful day of shopping and getting all of the necessities to make this solar grid happen.
I'm excited. I'm gonna wake up early in the morning and come in here and like watch it charge, I guess, for a little bit, just to make sure everything's good, because I just did the basic settings. I didn't go into advanced at all, so hopefully I did it right, but I'm just gonna watch it and make sure nothing happens.
He builds me a shed, I start crying. He builds me a garage, I start crying. We lay concrete, I start crying. We put in a solar shed, and I'm so proud of it. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to do what we're doing, and I'm super proud. The solar array. Put the busy down. So solar array is up, and I'm just like, I'm in such awe. Like, I'm in major awe. Like, I literally think we have superpowers because we have so much power. But what do you, like, what do you think of the whole thing? Like, how many wires did you have to touch in order to make this happen?
I didn't count them,
but you would
quite
say.
Quite a few wires.
Like
100, 200, I don't know.
Okay, and then how many times do you think you called IT to try and...
I called tech support at least 5 times a day. For like 3 days.
For 3 days?
3 or 4 days.
Were they helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lewis at Aldi was helpful. I'm still not 100%. Hopefully I configured everything correctly, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. I shut everything down. I shut the system down so it wasn't running all night. And even though it's allowed to, obviously, but just in case, because I'm sleeping and I can't see if anything's wrong. So I'll turn it back on in the morning and watch it charge like I was talking about, and just make sure so I'm awake, so if anything happens, I'm good to go.
Yeah, didn't you say there's like alarms? There's an alarm that'll go off if something's not right. So
I think.
I definitely didn't want an alarm going off while we were sleeping. Oh, my eyelashes are all stuck together because I was crying like a baby. I'm just so excited. I feel like once you have power, you can do anything. Like he wants to build us this beautiful farmhouse, and now that he has the power, he can do it. He can use all the tools that he wants to use. Like now that we have the power, we can run all the water that we would need to run for everything. Like our trailer is going to be set up, our garden can be set up, our house that's to come can be set up. Like all of this power is going to be amazing, and it's all ran by the sun, and it's already bought and paid for and good to go. So we'll never have a power bill again. Like this is pretty spectacular. And then to see him working with my dad, like that's a cry moment as well. Just like
it's a good time, super
sentimental moment. Just seeing them,
good memories.
This 77-year-old man in the trenches working with my husband.
You might need help getting up, and I'll help him. But that's fine.
But it was crazy to me. Like this whole last week has just been really rewarding for me and such a blessing and to me and our family.
And she got a greenhouse. I bought her a greenhouse.
Yeah,
it's on the way.
It's on the way, guys. The garden's to come. And any of you that have a green thumb, you need to reach out and you need to tell me all the things, because I'm the biggest novice and know nothing. I follow some amazing accounts on Instagram, but that doesn't mean that I know anything. I know nothing about it. Yeah. So send all your thoughts. I read my self-sufficient book, but send all your thoughts and all of your knowledge and wisdom of how to run a greenhouse, because we're going to need it. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for following us. Thanks for subscribing and liking. And
if you don't,
if you don't,
do it.
Get on it. Help us out. We want to build a future for ourselves and our family. So thank you guys. Have a good night.